So there are these two guys, Aaron and Fred, and they're camping in the forest, and, you know, Aaron realizes they've become lost, and, Aaron says to Fred, Fred, man, we gotta do something. Fred, I reckon what we should do is you stay here, and I'll go off and try and find some help. We've only got 3 days left of food, he continues saying to Fred. And so if I'm not back after 3 days, just, carry on, man. So early the next morning, Aaron gets up and he gets walking, and he's walking through the forest and everything, and he just comes across this door. It's just a freestanding door. It's not attached to anything. It's just a door frame with a big solid door in it. And he's going, what on earth? Because he's never seen anything like this. He's completely lost in the middle of the forest. Far from human civilization, and there's just this freestanding door. It's the most random thing. He has no idea what to think. But then he hears this voice, and now Aaron wasn't a particularly religious man, but he'd like to think there was a god. So the voice says, find the key, unlock the door, open the door, go through the door, close the door, lock the door, and throw the key away. So Aaron, in the absence of anything better to do, he does this. He looks around everywhere, underneath branches, underneath leaves, around here, over there, and eventually he finds the key. And so he gets the key, and he goes to the door, and he unlocks the door, and he opens the door, he goes through the door, he closes the door, he locks the door, and then he throws the key away. And, it's by this time, he's spent a lot of time walking and searching for the key, so it's quite late, and he decides he's going to stay there for the night. So he stays there for the night, and then the next morning, Aaron gets up and he gets walking again. He hasn't forgotten his goals. He's out to find someone or anyone who could help him and his friend. So Aaron he keeps walking. He doesn't give up on him and his mate Fred. So Aaron he keeps walking through the forest, and he's walking, and he descends into valleys and up crosses streams and all kinds of stuff. It's really tiring work. And so it's, quite late in the afternoon, and he's thinking about, calling it quits for the day, when he comes across another freestanding door. And he's just thinking, what on earth? Have I come full circle again? Have I become lost? Am I going around in circles? But, it's, in a different location from last time. It's a completely different door, but it's exactly the same. It's just another freestanding door frame with a big solid locked door in it. And he's just thinking, what on earth? This was crazy, and now I've walked all this distance, and there's another one, and I've not seen any trace of human life. And he's just dumbfounded. He just, takes him back. And while he's thinking, he hears this voice again. It's the same voice as before, and it says, find the key, unlock the door, open the door, go through the door, close the door, lock the door, throw the key away. And so, in the absence of anything better to do, or any other brainwaves, Aaron just goes, alright. And so, he's had some experience with, where the key might be hidden, so it still takes him quite a bit of time, 30 minutes or so, but he's quite a lot quicker finding the key this time. So he gets the key, and he tries to remember what the voice told him. He says, okay, yeah, unlock the door, open the door, go through the door, close the door, lock the door, throw the key away. Now, he spent some time walking and searching for the key and everything. So he camps there again, and, he before he goes to sleep, he's just thinking to himself, I really hope that tomorrow is my day, that, everything works out. So, next morning, up he gets. He's walking through the forest, and then this time, he comes across this giant clearing, kilometers and kilometers across, and just in the distance, he sees this little sort of inn with a little smokestack and little puffs of smoke, and he thinks, "Goody, yes, human civilization. Maybe that person knows their way around here, or has communication, or can help me." So it takes him quite a distance to walk across this clearing, but eventually he gets there, and as he gets closer, he sees it's an inn, and he knocks on the door, knock knock knock, and all that, and an innkeeper opens the door and says, "Hello, how can I help you?" And then he says, "Oh, I'm tired. I just need a place to stay, and maybe you can help me." And so the innkeeper says, "All right, I'll show you to your room, and there's a phone there. You can get in contact with people." And so as they're going up the stairs to Aaron's room, he walks past this candle. It's a massive, gigantic, most beautiful, detailed candle he's ever seen. It's got all engravings and many other things in it. And so he sees this and he says to the innkeeper, "What's that?" And the innkeeper says, "That is a very, very special candle. It was given to me by my uncle, who got it from his father, who got it from his grandfather. He got it from his grandfather, and it's been in the family for years and years and years. It's almost 1,000 years old, and it's been burning ever since it was made, and it's going to keep burning for another 1,000 years." And Aaron's really impressed by this, but then he goes up to his room and everything, and he goes to sleep. And then the next morning, Fred's like, "Well, it's been 3 days, man." So Fred gets up and he gets walking, because he knows if he stays there, it's not going to help him. So he gets walking and walking and walking, and then he comes across a door. Just freestanding frame, door in it, everything. And he's as equally bewildered as Aaron was about this. Fred, no idea. But then he hears that very same voice. The voice says, "Find the key, unlock the door, open the door, go through the door, close the door, lock the door, and throw the key away." So, Fred hasn't got as much experience with this whole finding key thing, so it takes him a goodly few hours before he gets that key. But then once he finds that key, he unlocks the door, and he opens the door, and he goes through the door, he locks the door, and he throws the key away. So it's quite late, and he camps there for the night, almost exactly as Aaron did. So the next day, Fred gets up, and he gets walking again. He's walking, mountains, dense bush. He's got to bash his way through, over a stream, all these other obstacles, really tiring walk. And he gets to this door. He just gets to this freestanding door. He's utterly, utterly bewildered. No idea. But he hears the voice again. It says exactly the same thing that it said to him last time. It says, "Find the key, unlock the door, open the door, go through the door, close the door, lock the door, and throw that key away." He's a bit quicker. He does that. It takes him a bit. He gets the key, does all that stuff. He finds that key. He unlocks that door. He opens that door. He goes through that door, closes the door, locks the door, and then throws the key away. Just throws the key away, exactly as he was instructed. He camps there for the night. And the next day, he gets up 7 a.m. in the morning, because he's got to be fresh. And he's walking along and walking and walking and walking, and he gets to the same clearing that Aaron had got to. And he sees the same inn with the same little puff of smoke in the chimney, and he walks across under the sweltering sun. And When he gets there, he knocks on the door, and the innkeeper opens the door and says, "Ah, Fred! Oh, I'm so glad you've got here. Aaron's told me everything. They sent out a search party. I'm so glad you're alive. Come upstairs. I've prepared a room for you." So, you know, Fred, he's walking upstairs with the innkeeper, and he sees the same candle with the was massive candle, beautiful candle. And he says to the innkeeper, "Whoa, that's a really sweet candle." And the innkeeper says, "Yeah, it's family heirloom. It was, it's 1,000 years old, and it's been burning for 1,000 years, and it's probably gonna burn for another 1,000." And so Fred says to the innkeeper, "Now it's not." If chocolate biscuits are made out of chocolate, what are these Girl Guide biscuits made out of?